Inspectors, LLC.
Okay.
I am a certified professional home inspector, as well as a certified spiritual energetic protection professional. So I offer home inspection services, also space clearing, home healing services. I am very familiar with the real estate transaction process because I just sold and bought a home within the last 12 months.
Congratulations.
And I can be reached at 424-704-2033 for home inspection services. I have a coupon code for everyone. It's KW25. I'll put that in the chat real quick. And that's $25 off of any one of my services today.
Beautiful. Do you have a website?
I do.
Okay.
investmentinspectorsllc.com. And I also have an Instagram page. So instagram.com/investmentinspectorsllc.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what is your average cost for a home inspection on a 1,500 square feet home?
$350.
Okay. Awesome. Beautiful. All right. Well, Jacqueline, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, we're always looking for affiliates that can be part of our team, part of our group. So thanks again.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Awesome. Thanks. All right. Now to the heavy lifting. Rich Pisani, our broker, with some updates. How you doing, Rich?
I'm doing good, Simon. Thank you. Thank you. I just have a quick little update. Over the weekend, you should have seen an email that went out from me in regards to Los Angeles County extending its eviction moratorium on residential and commercial properties through June 30th. So that prohibits evictions for non-payment of rent due to COVID-related financial hardships, no-fault reasons, including but not limited to substantial remodels or demolition of property, COVID-related violations due to unauthorized occupants or pets, nuisance, or denying entry to a landlord. So they've kind of mirrored what LA City was doing. But the point that I really want to get across is that I know that as real estate agents, we all want to be helpful to our clients, whether they're tenants or landlords. But in this time of COVID, and all of these different moratoriums and it, you know, across the street, it could be different than, you know, where you're standing. So we should always be advising tenants and landlords to seek advice from an attorney. We should not be counseling on whether they can or can't evict or raising rent or anything going on right now in regards to COVID and whatnot. It's just a minefield out there. And I'm sure Laura, I didn't know Laura was going to be on today, but I'm sure Laura would agree with me. And it's just an area you don't want to get into right now, because you could say the wrong thing and really get yourself in trouble. So that's all I wanted to say. You know, I'm the bearer of good news every time. So that's my good news for today.
Awesome, Rich. Thank you so much. Always valuable information, Rich. So thanks again. All right. Now to our next guest speaker. That's Laura. Laura, good afternoon. How are you?
Okay, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now. So thanks again for being part of our team. And, you know, we always are so anxious to know, you know, some of the legal stuff that all of us boil to, you know, to reach out and talk to attorneys. So I really appreciate you taking the time and talking to our group. So what legal stuff do we have going on?
Okay, well, I wanted to just briefly, I know some of you were not a part of my previous presentation, so I just kind of want to briefly go over the benefits for you as the brokers and agents. Basically, all of your legal needs as the brokers and agents, RERM is here to cover. We're here to answer your transactional legal questions. We are here to answer commission collection matters. The only requirement is that the broker management team is aware of the situation. So Rich and I work really closely together and talking about your legal needs and what's going on and the cases that are going on. Rich, thank you so much for talking about tenant landlord, because there is so much misinformation going on out there. And street to street, city to city, county to county, it's crazy, and you've got to have the right legal advice. So please, it's part of the service, real estate risk management. We are here to give your clients telephone consultations with an attorney to discuss their transactional non-dispute legal questions. So can I evict my tenant? Okay, let's get them a consult with an attorney. You can be on the phone at the same time. We want you to be on the phone at the same time. So you are hearing this advice as well as your client. There's no charge to your client to use this. Okay, this is a great listing and buyer's tool for you to get people to sign up with you. The only requirement is a representation agreement. They have to enter into an agency disclosure, buyer broker, purchase agreement, or listing agreement. That is the only requirement. And then your clients are going to get a 30-minute telephone consultation, up to a 10-page document review. And let's say they wanted to retain the attorney, they can do so, and the attorney will extend to your client a preferred rate. So please make sure that you're using the marketing templates. If you need more trifolds, I'm happy to send those down to the office. Simon, just please let us know if you need more. So that tenant landlord is a big thing. Also right now, following the COVID rules, one of my agents got pulled into a lawsuit because she didn't have her buyer sign the PED form. And the buyer went into the house with the listing agent, and everybody got real excited. And 2 hours later, they found out the sellers had tested positive. So everyone had to quarantine. The potential buyer ended up reporting it to the DRE that there was no PED form signed, and has filed civil litigation against both agents. So if you have a question about COVID regulations, talk to Rich. Then if Rich says, hey, you know what, let's get a consult on this, absolutely, I'm going to have you on the phone with the attorneys to hear that legal advice. It's really important. Don't trust what other agents are doing. Just because you see somebody doing it doesn't mean it's legal. I understand that people are having open houses right now, not by appointment, but just having open houses. Don't do that. That's not good. Don't. Talk to the attorneys, get the legal advice, get your questions answered. Also, don't work for free. I have buyer's agents that call me up all the time. Hey, I've been working with my buyer for 6 months, and I took them all around and showed him everything. And this other listing agent, they went and saw the property without me, and the listing agent took my client. I said, where's your buyer broker agreement? Oh, I didn't get one. That's really important. You work hard. You take these people around. You're showing them days, nights, weekends. Engage them into that representation agreement. That is a great incentive for them. The RERM, buyer seller legal protection, is a great incentive for them to enter into those agreements with you. So make sure you're using that as a marketing tool. Disclosure, disclose, disclose, and disclose again. If you know it, you disclose it, flat out, okay? If you have something horrific that you're worried about, hey, this could really negatively impact my transaction, don't fret, don't think, okay, I have to hide it. We can find the best way to disclose it, okay? We can have a house that, yes, a horrific tragedy happened in it. Let's get the attorney's advice and the verbiage to have the least impact on your transactions. MLS, please make sure that you are having your sellers approve and sign off on your MLS. Do not trust someone that listed the property before to have done their due diligence. Buyers are using the MLS as a disclosure, or they're trying to use it as a disclosure. I always ask, put an extra sentence there. Information on MLS has not been verified. Buyer to investigate property fully before the close of escrow. This MLS is not a disclosure. Just something along those lines, just to give an added, I told you to check things out. But always make sure that your sellers are signing off on the MLS, that they have read your MLS and approved your MLS, and then upload that information to your file. It's really important. Other than that, I think those are the main hot topics right now. Deposit disputes are on the rise, and that's where our mediators can step in and help buyers and sellers resolve deposit disputes. That's at no additional charge to you and your client. It's unlimited. So if you have a client that says, hey, I want to fight for the deposit, let us know and we'll assign a mediator to work on the case to help get that resolved. So can I answer any yes, Simon?
Yeah, going back to the question you said about the MLS, are you referring to having them sign an addendum with that specific language, or on the listing agreement on other additional terms to include that on there?
What I'm recommending is in your notes section on the MLS, okay, where you're putting your comments in the end. And I'm gonna let me see if I can. Let's see here. Give me one moment.
Maybe agent's remark? Under agent's remark?
Under agent's remark, yes.
Understood. Okay.
Okay. And Simon, I'll send you the verbiage that the attorneys gave me, and then you can give it to all the agents.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Another question.
Laura, I'm glad you brought up the thing about the PEDs, because, you know, PEDs are really, really important. I just had my first listing during COVID, and it really was an eye-opener for me. I mean, it was unbelievable that agents were submitting their PEDs, yeah, and then the buyer signed it, and then 5 people showed up. It's like, who are all these people? It's like all these people need to sign a PED, and we are the gatekeepers. You know, it's just not another nuisance piece of paper. It's an important document that really needs it's complying with state law. So I'm so glad you brought that up. And listing agents, you have to be firm and just saying, I'm sorry. You can do it right now with your, you know, electronically with your client, but have them sign that PED, because my seller needs to know who is going in and out of that house.
Absolutely. And that PED form, that has to be signed. If your buyer goes to the property 5 days in a row, you need to have 5 PEDs signed, 1 for each day that they entered the property. When the investigations start on this, and the wave of investigations is coming, because whenever something like this happens in the industry, COVID, you're going to have the Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe attorneys go out and find plaintiffs to file frivolous lawsuits. Those documents are going to help get you out of those litigation cases, because it's going to show, I did my due diligence. I did what the attorneys recommended to me. I did what the state required me to do. So please make sure you're following all those guidelines. I have not heard any new news about when it's going to end. As soon as I hear something, I'll let you know. But for right now, all the forms are still required. Continue moving forward with all those forms.
Absolutely. Thank you, Laura. And just to touch a little bit on what you were saying, Laura, and also to piggyback on what Rich was saying, I remember having conversations last year, you know, the outbreak, if something was to happen, the liability, if we are letting people into the homes, right? And not reinforcing the PED forms, because I'm a true believer, and Rich can probably testify to that, that paper trail is essential in our industry, right? Documentation is essential in our business. Making sure that you're covering all parts of a file, because you just never know. You never know when a claim, a complaint will come your way. And this example that you just shared with us, Laura, just sets the standard. Like, okay, I'm curious to find out what the outcome is going to be, right? Of what cost liability because there was not a form signed. Shame on the agent for not providing that information. You know, so it's very important, team, to make sure that you cover all bases and obviously get the documentations in place. Matt, can I hear me?
Hey, Laura. My name's Luke, and I have a question for you. What is the current law right now if a prospective buyer wants to own or occupy a property that currently has a tenant in place?
Hi, Luke. Okay, we need to have your client speak directly with the attorney. It's free, okay? Just by being your client, they get a consultation with an attorney to hear that legal advice directly. You can also be on the call. That would be if you repeated the information to your client, okay? And the information wasn't correct, that could be construed as you giving legal advice. And unless you're a licensed attorney, you can't do that. So let's make sure that your client's legal questions are answered directly by the attorneys, and your legal questions are also answered directly by the attorneys.
And just to piggyback on that, you know, like both myself and Laura said, it depends on where the property is. I mean, it's just like there different rules are governed wherever the property is. So that's why it's really important to get legal advice, because that person is going to give the advice specific to that property. There is no blanket answer. That's the crazy thing about this. There is no right or wrong answer right now, because there are so many variables. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm getting notice and feedback that my background, it's equi. Is that still the same, guys? I apologize. I'm trying to switch computers, but just bear with me here. I apologize for that. Any other questions for Laura?
Oh, question, because one of my listings when we close, the person got a letter from you that they have 1 year to be able to use your services. I'm not for sure what it is, but he got a letter that he continue have a service through you. So can you elaborate on that?
I absolutely can. Okay, so your buyers and sellers before and during and 1 year after the close of escrow are entitled to their transactional non-dispute legal questions answered by an attorney practicing in that area. Questions could be about probate. It could be about taxes, 1031 exchange. How do I disclose an issue on the property? Any transactional non-dispute legal question, your clients are going to get a half-an-hour telephone consult, 10 pages of document review, and the attorneys would extend to them a discounted rate. It is one consult per subject matter, but unlimited subjects. In addition to that, after the close of escrow for the lifetime of the transaction, your clients are entitled to dispute resolution services handled by RERM's team of mediators, certified mediators who specialize in real estate disputes. They can handle a dispute between the buyer and the seller over, let's say, non-disclosure after the close of escrow, a problem with a third-party contractor, the termite company, home inspector. It could be a problem with the county, the city, the HOA, problem with a neighbor. The mediators are there and they will help resolve that issue, and that is for the lifetime of the transaction.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very good. Any additional questions? This is the opportunity to speak with Laura. Okay, I think that's it. All right, Laura. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the insight. Rich, again, thank you so much for your insight and your expertise as well. Good information. You know, now what's the best way, Laura, if the agent has a question. Is it okay to go directly and call you directly with legal advice?
Okay, if it's in regards to a real estate transaction, Rich wants to be the first point of contact. You can come to me and we'll talk to you, and we'll get the paperwork going for you, but it's going to immediately go over to Rich as the broker of record. That's why Rich and I are in constant contact with each other. If it's a question for your buyer or seller, you can come to us directly. I just put up the 800 number, and the email address is legal@rerm.com. That's where you would send over your requests.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you.
All right, let's continue. All right, next slide. Happy birthday. Oh, look at Albus go. Happy birthday to the following March agents. So we have, oh my gosh, we have Donna, Rich, Marius. Happy birthday. I believe Marius is on the call. Cecilia, Jasmine, Maggie, Carl, Blanca, Peter, Marcia, Joanne Farmer, Eden, Steve, Rosalind, Joe, Stephen, and Max. And the first one, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Laurenin. Maybe Holland can help me with that. But happy birthday to the following agents for the month of March.
And
Next
Lumi, you skipped Lumi.
What's that?
And you skipped Lumi also. Lumi and Marius both have it.
I don't have my glasses, unfortunately. Happy birthday to them too as well. Thanks, Sonia. All right, working anniversary, the next slide. All right, so congratulations to the following agents for their anniversary. So, it's a true entity of what Keller Williams is all about, is having phenomenal agents be part of our team. So congratulations to the following agents for being part of KW South Bay. All right, and I also want to welcome Loretta Pendex to the family. So congratulations. This is the spotlight for one of our agents that just joined our office. So we're super excited to be in business with her. I know we have a couple people here as well. We did send out a shout out last week. We have Ashley Garcia. Say hi, Ashley. So Ashley is part of our team as well, and her mom, Wendy Soto as well. So congratulations, welcome to the KW family. All right, next slide. Tomorrow, get more business from your sphere of influence. It's going to be spearheaded by Minnie. Thursday, March 4th from 2 to 3 p.m. I believe Minnie is on the call. Minnie, good afternoon. How are you?
Hey, everybody. Good to be here. Good turnout. Good meeting. Good content.
Thank you. Thank you. So tomorrow, March 4th, you're going to be conducting a little guest speaking event. So anything around that you'd like to share?
Just briefly. Monthly mastermind every first Thursday of the month, 2 p.m. Tomorrow we're going to talk about how to increase your, scope of business from your sphere of influence. And I have some great people from our offices. Amy Scott-Vick, she's a top producer from the West Side office, and Michelle Harding, she is a coastal agent. David Abbas, from the Calabasas office, and our own Aaron from the South Bay office, be on the panel and just kind of brainstorming and masterminding about, they're going to share whatever they feel like sharing. We big on sharing and tell all the secrets of success with one another, and hopefully you guys will be there. It's it's going to be, we have those guys going to be on a Zoom, but we broadcast to our KW Facebook group, sorry. So, which I may add over here. If you're not a member of our private group, please please go there and ask to be added. We're going to add you right away. And yeah, just we'll see. We're going to have fun and going to have some good content. Thank you, Simon, for mentioning.
Yeah, absolutely, Manny. Thank you so much for adding the information. So yeah, be on the lookout. It's there. It's a Zoom tomorrow, March 4th, 2 to 3 p.m. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Manny. All right, let's continue with our slide. We also have our tax tip, this advice from our CPA, and this is being presented by Luis Velasquez. He's a CPA. This will be this Friday, March 5th from 11 to 12 p.m. Good content, good information. He always does provide with valuable insights in how to run an efficient business, but giving you some tax strategies to ultimately, save more. So be on the lookout. It is on the calendar this Friday, March 5th, 11 to 12 p.m. Okay.
Awesome. Can I just add that, so Louis is specifically a real estate tax CPA. And so if you need tax services for yourself, if your clients need tax services, he's great. He specifically specializes in real estate taxes and also the agent, like 1099 real estate taxes. And he's very good at letting you know how to write things off, how to write things off so you can still buy a house and not look like you only made $5 last year, and among other things, right? So seriously, great class, great guy. He does my taxes. He does the biggest real estate teams in California, all of their taxes. So I highly recommend attending that class and getting to know him.
Awesome. Thank you, Sonia. Yeah, absolutely. Just to add to what Sonia, if you're considering and incorporating your business to starting a corporation, benefits of having a corporation, you must attend this class on Friday, so yeah, he definitely does work with some of the highest top agents in our industry, and more so a lot of our agents here at Keller Williams. All right. Don't miss out. We are having a lecture on Wednesday, March 10th from 2 to 3. I will be hosting that with our partner, Fernando Diaz with Homebridge. And I do have some phenomenal agents and guest speakers. I have Louis Palacio and Gary Nix. Just really, providing you avenues and how to partner up with the lender, some of the avenues and what you should be asking the lenders, and being, in partnership with your lenders. Lots of information, lots of content that we're going to be providing you. So please, love to see you on our class Wednesday, March 10th from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. All right. Next slide, please. All right, we have the KW contract practice. I have such a passion for contracts, and I know, I'm not sure if Rich is still on the call, but Rich Pisani as well. Most of you know that I was a previous broker of the company, and that was one of the things that I really had a passion for, is pouring into our agents, providing insights, strategies, and really understanding the dynamics of our contracts. So we're going to be doing some case studies. That'll be March 15 is on Monday from 3 to 4 p.m. It'll be myself and Deborah Bell who are going to be hosting this. So love to see participation around this. All of us can give some insight to, questions. If you have any questions, this will be an opportunity to collaborate with one another and really give you some strategies, and really protecting yourself from liability, and then also giving you a insight to what top producers look at when offers are being submitted, in incomplete form, missing information, even the little small things as incorrect names on it, puts an eyebrow up with the opposing agent, and just really having a very clear and concise, what I call resume in place. So stay tuned. That'll be Monday, March 15 from 3 to 4 o'clock. Love to see you all on the training. All right, next, just want to go around the calendar. I know Saturday, this coming Saturday, there's going to be a hike here in the Hermosa Beach area. I know many, you're kind of spearheading that. You want to just share a little bit about Saturday's event before I go with the calendar? Hate to put you on the spot, Andy, but let's.
No, I mean, it's just going to be like about an hour long. You know, we usually do like an hour, like 60 minutes or so, 4 to 5 miles walk or hike or what have you. So this is going to be Manhattan to Hermosa, right?
Yeah.
Kind of run trip basically. So please join us. It's going to be on the beach, and I mean, it's going to be, depends on the weather. If it's not going to rain, which is today, it's kind of rare. Very heavy winter day in LA. So if not, we'll be there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, but join us. Bring your kids, your friends, spouses, what have you. Bring your pets. Face masks, socially distance, and just enjoy the morning, 9 o'clock. It'll be good to see you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Benny. Yeah, it's going to be fun. They're always fun, and it's an opportunity to obviously, talk with one another, and talk business, talk personnel. So it's a great platform. So thank you, Benny, for sharing. All right, so this week's calendar, we got a lot of stuff, starting with our 7 o'clock Miracle Morning with Michelle and a group of our core agents at 7 o'clock. They jump on a Zoom call, talk about different strategies, but more so it's just an inspirational 10-15 minutes. Michelle, you want to just give us a little insight to our Miracle Morning?
Sure, yeah, it is so fun because it's there's a group, it's probably 9 or 10 of us now, and on any given morning 5, 6, 7 show up, and we all kind of have a some sort of a morning practice that we do as far as journaling and exercising and a vision board or envisioning what's happening with the day. And the one thing we wanted to hold each other accountable to is is an affirmation for the day.
Right.
And so we, I mean, truly, if you log in at 7:07, you've probably missed us, because it's a group of masterminds and fast thinkers, and everyone kind of contributes what they want the affirmation to reflect for them to happen that day. And so from that, then we just use the basic I am and get some language behind it, and get our affirmation that's going to keep everyone inspired throughout the day. And then Sonia said, we need to hear that more than just in the morning. So we started sending it out, mid-morning and a little bit after lunch too, throughout the day, to keep everybody inspired to make their numbers for this last month of the first quarter.
Love it.
Join us.
There's the key. Wow, it's too early at 7 in the morning. Gosh, it's only 10-15 minutes of your time, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. The most successful people start early, right? So love to see
4:30. We get up I get up at 4:30. There's a couple of agents. There's a couple of agents. Yeah, 4:44. So there's a couple of agents that are up before 5 and getting their workout done, and a lot of us are in our jammies and no makeup, depending on what's happening that morning. It's a very casual group, and we just knock out that affirmation and say it with conviction, and then we're done.
Yeah, love it. Thank you so much, Michelle, for adding that. The other thing that I'm very excited is we are working with leadership already on our second quarter of guest speakers. Most of you know about the producer's mindset, with the leaders such as Holly, Stephanie, Manny, and myself. And then every week on Fridays, we have a guest speaker, a speaker that, will give you, perspectives on what they're doing to increase business for themselves. So we are working on our second quarter, but jump on our calls. We have great content, great energy. We have phenomenal agents that jump on the 8 o'clock, and it's only a 30-minute session once a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. We have that guest speaker. So I love to see participation. more valuable information that we can provide and ideas and ahas. And sometimes the agents get a little bit of ideas and rocks from it. Oh, I didn't think about that. That is great. That's what I can use for my business. So every day, Monday to Friday, we have these mastermind mindset group that we jump on. It's on Zoom, 30 minutes. We're in, we're out, and start the day strong. Also, on the calendar, we have tech events. We have DocuSign. We have tons and tons of information here to provide you on a weekly basis. So we have the 2 weeks in advance there for you to choose and pick what you want to learn. One is the sessions on maybe DocuSign as an example. Also maybe your campaigns, how to go into the process of getting more prospects, more leads, through the command platform. So take full advantage of all the trainings that we have and the upcoming classes that we will have for the second quarter as well. All right, let's continue. Before we go on with the listings and leases, I just wanted to give you a perspective as Michelle said, as we close the first quarter of 2021, I really want you to really think about, your goals and your expectations, as we all should. Before you know it, March 30 will be upon us, and then the first quarter of the year is gone. Then we transition into the second quarter. Myself with the leadership, our MCA, Linda, we go through the reports and I look at the numbers, the trend for the office. And what I need is more opportunities to provide you, more platforms to really pour into you on closing more deals. Now, the pandemic has really altered us, but that was a year ago. March of this year is 1 year since we started all this. So now we cannot use that as an excuse that the pandemic has, changed the way we do our business. In the beginning, it was like, oh my gosh, how do we transition? There was a void for about a couple of weeks, if you guys remember back in March of 2020. And then we immediately transition, right? We immediately transition into Zoom calls, trainings, where a lot of the offices were already doing it years prior, but now more so having conversation. Yesterday, I'll give you a prime example. I was upstairs making my rounds, and I was seeing Gary Nix on a Zoom call with potential clients. He literally had a platform. He was in front of his computer on Zoom, and he was doing a presentation with a buyer. So that tells you value in itself, folks, that you don't necessarily have to go to a location. You can do things virtually now. That's the beauty of technology, that now you can start making communications with your clients virtually and doing an introduction without necessarily physically meeting with someone. So I want you to look at this as an avenue of opportunity, is that the norm is not going to be the norm anymore. The norm now is going to be more of a technology-based, face-to-face interaction via Zoom now. How much more opportunities are you going to be able to get with setting appointments without physically being there? And it was so ironic and it was so interesting that I was just at awe yesterday that Gary was going through the illustrations of his presentation via Zoom, and he was cultivating that client in ways that a lot of us were not doing. That is the new norm to what we're doing in our business. So I want you to look at things from a different perspective now, and how you transition moving forward as we close first quarter and into the second quarter of your business. As one way of, okay, how can I do more and be more efficient in our business? And I want you to really think about it is, Zoom is the way of the future for now, okay? And it's fun to see the interactions that we're seeing with a lot of the agents that are now transitioning and having appointments, listing appointments, buyer consultation appointments, trainings via Zoom. Okay. So, you know, keep that momentum, but really what I wanted to really focus in the core is about your goals and your expectations, because guess what? March is out. The first quarter is out. And if you haven't hit your goals and your expectation, guess what? You still have time. You still have time. April 1st will be upon us immediately. And if you have not hit your target, then what do we need to do to ultimately get us to that lane back in the driver's seat? Because I know what we have here at Keller Williams. I know the phenomenal agents that we have here at Keller Williams. So let's pour into all of us, be a team, and really just crush it in 2021. We had a phenomenal year last year, but I want to exceed those expectations in 2021. So are you all with me on this? If you say yes, I want to see a high five, guys, because I know what we have. Let's do this. We can do this together, folks, okay? So love to see more closings, more transactions, more listings, and let's crush it in 2021, all right? All right, let's go into new listings. All right, so I got Aaron. I believe Aaron's on the call. So Aaron, tell us about your listing.
It is a beautiful townhome in San Pedro. It's a gated community. It's 2,046 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It was built in 2013. So the property is being offered at $788. And the clients will be moving shortly to their brand new home that they're in escrow.
Wonderful. Congratulations. How did you get the listing?
You know, this is actually somebody that I met at a infomercial that I did. And then he became my dentist because he was a dentist. And I've been chasing him for the past 7 years. This was at the beginning of my career. And I sold his investment property in Irvine, and now I, you know, after continued follow-up, I was able to get him to buy a new home at a new development and sell this property. So staying in contact with people definitely pays off.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, congratulations. That's a phenomenal listing. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, phenomenal in the city of San Pedro. All right, next slide, please. Okay, we have 18223 Van Ness Avenue in the city of Torrance. It's a lease. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,241 square feet. Its listing price is $3,850. Oh, excuse me, $3,850. I'm not sure if Elise or Yona are on the call, if they want to just give us a little bit of feedback on this. If not, you know, I know it's on the MLS. It's a beautiful complex. So if you have any questions, please reach out to Elise or Yona. Next slide, please. All right, Gary Nix has a listing in the city of Palmdale. Is Gary still on the call? Gary, tell us about your listing. There we go. Gary, how are you?
All right. It's just a repeat client, you know, so I sold it to them and now they're moving back to LA.
So how did you inquire this listing in Palmdale? It's you said a repeat, you were broker client?
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,286 square feet. Listing price is $499. If you have any buyers out in Palmdale, please reach out to Gary. Next slide. Derek Hirano has a listing in the city of Gardena, 15330 Jasmine Lane, Unit 101. It's a 2-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,240 square feet. Listing price is $619. If you have any questions, please reach out to Derek. Next slide, please. Sue has a listing out in the valley, 3091 San Angelino Avenue in Simi Valley. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath, 1,600 square feet. Its listing price, $750,000. If you have any questions, please reach out to Sue. Bryce Kawada has a vacant land, 3.46 acres in the city of Escondido, 9139 Harmony Grove. Its listing price is $75,000 for anyone that's looking into development out in Escondido. Please reach out to Bryce. All right, that concludes our list of listings. Any agents that like to pitch their upcoming pocket listings? Anyone?
Actually, I do. We just got a listing in Carson, in the south side area of Carson, 3-bedroom, 1-bath. That's fully, we did a lot of remodel on it. At 575, it's got a huge back lot, flat lot. You can put in, there were 3 properties on the neighbor side, 3 different properties, because it's kind of like right after the corner lot. So if somebody has someone that's looking for a house with a big backyard, ADU, you can literally put an ADU and an Olympic size pool in the backyard. It's that big and flat, and a lot of forestry in there too. So yeah, anybody got a buyer for that? Let us know.
Awesome,
Hey,
Gary.
Gary, what's that going to be listed for?
Actually, it just came on the market today at 575.
Okay,
575. Awesome. Thank you, Gary. Anyone else? Yes, Aaron.
I have a condominium coming up as well in the city of Silmar. It's 3 bedrooms, 2-bath, 1,311 square feet. It is going to be offered at $450.
$450. It's going to sell immediately. And how did you get that listing, Aaron?
Are you mute?
Interesting enough, I got a call from an agent that has referred me business before, and his lender had referred him a buyer that he had never talked to. In discovery, I found out that he had this condominium rented that he wants to get the equity out to buy. So the referral turned out to be not just a buyer, but also a listing.
Awesome. Congratulations, Aaron. Thank you. Good job on that. All right. Anyone else?
I got a really unique one, Simon.
Awesome, Ron. What do you got?
So the group was making some phone calls the other day, and they called to where we were looking for some property that had over 15,000 square foot properties. And Cecilia and Ronnie found one over in San Pedro, and it literally has a house right on the ocean. It's unique like anything else. So the property starts up and it goes all the way down into the ocean. And the guy wants $5 million, which we know that is way farther out than what it should be. But it's just the most unique property in all of South Bay. It literally has. So anybody out there that's looking for a very, very awesome piece of property that's got money, would be something like nobody else ever has.
Awesome.
I don't know, Cecilia, if you're here, you could say anything. She took a video of it and everything, and so we don't know if we're going to hit it to the market or not because it's a little overpriced. But
yeah,
unique.
Very good. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate the insight on that. Also, Maureen Lee just posted, she has two coming soon in RPV in May and June. So if you have any questions regarding any potential clients that you have up in RPV, please reach out to Maureen Lee. It'll be under 1.6 mil is what she's saying. So anyone that has clients up in the hill, you know, here's a good opportunity to keep it in-house with our office. All right, anyone else? Yes, Aaron.
Just one more thing. I am looking for a single family in South Redondo. You know, it can be on either side of PCH for up to, between 2.4 and 2.6. I'm actively showing, but if we have something coming up or something in-house, it would be even better.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Hey,
Thank you.
Simon, it's Maureen. I want to say a couple
There.
things about my two listings. Hi, guys.
Hey,
Yeah,
thank you.
they're past clients of mine that are moving to Texas, but we're just getting things ready. So it's really not going to be until May, beginning of May, and then the other one's probably going to come on in June. But one is completely redone. It was a flip a couple years ago. It'll probably be listed at 1.7. So that was somebody else's comment that it's going to be under 1.6. So one will be probably 1.7. The other will probably be around 1.3 to 1.349 right now. That's what the comps are telling me. So, but just if anybody that wants to know more info, just email me directly and I'll give you more info. These are really great long-time past clients that I've done a lot of work with. So yes, stay in touch with your past clients. That is key.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you, Maureen. All right. Anyone else? Going once, going twice. All right. Let's bring our affiliates real quick as we close our meeting. So we'll start with Wendy. Wendy, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I just want to quickly remind you that Snap NHD is here to assist you with all your NHD needs. Give me a call. And also, don't forget, I also host a class every Monday at 10 a.m. with different speakers. So stay tuned for that if you want to find out and join us for any of the classes that I held. So thank you, Simon, for the time.
Awesome. Thank you, Wendy. All right. We have Joanne. How are you?
Guys, I'm doing great. Happy Wednesday to you. I just wanted to say hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you fine. Thank you.
Hey, my awesome title officer, Tracy, is going to be doing a class for you guys along with me on Monday at 2. So I hope you guys can join. And just want to tell you to have a great day.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you, Joanne. We got Matt. How are you, Matt?
Hey, good afternoon. How are you all doing? Great to see all of you.
Awesome.
Yes, thanks for having me on the call. And I do also have a class coming up next week at 1:30 on Thursday. It's going to be how to find the baby boomers out there in the market and how to market to them. I got some really good tools to do that, and I'll show you how to do all that on the Zoom call. And you can walk away with some very practical as I show you how to use that.
Awesome, Matt. Thank you so much. Good to see you, by the way. Love the background.
Yeah, that's a picture I took in Wyoming. Fly fishing. That's a real place.
That is with the rainbow too, huh? That was included.
Exactly. Yeah, double rainbow. Yeah.
Awesome, Matt. Thank you again.
Thank
We got Mindy. Mindy, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Simon. Fabulous meeting as always. Lots of content that's really valuable. I want to remind all of you that the new Assembly Bill 38 that went into play January 1st of this year means that the seller needs to provide the home hardening disclosure advisory form if the home is older than 2010 and if it's in a very high fire severity zone. The number one thing to know about this new Assembly Bill is that the NHD provider has to be using the local maps because it's always the local map that's going to supersede state and county. So my NHD's been compliant with this since it started, and we've been using local maps since 1994. So I just want to remind you that that's really important right now. And if you have questions on that, I'm very happy to go over it and explain it for you and your clients. So thank you for having me. I appreciate everybody. Take care.
Thank you, Minnie. Appreciate you as well. All right. Am I missing any affiliates? Going once, going twice? All right. Well, that concludes our meeting, guys. We made it. We made it within an hour. So we didn't go, and I definitely respect your time. So thank you again all for being part of our phenomenal team and being part of our team meeting. So we will see you on.
I have another listing. Can I talk about it for 1 minute? I forgot.
Sure, Marie, no problem. Tell us.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I always forget when it comes to my own stuff. I have fabulous tenants in a condo in Lawndale. I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath that I personally own. I would love to sell this in-house. I love my tenants. I actually gave them the first right of refusal to buy it. That's how much I like these people. But not that I want to sell something off market right now. I just don't want, the whole world to invade on a low priced property right now. That's a 3-bedroom in Lawndale. So if any of you guys have somebody that would like to keep a tenant or has an investor that wants a property, I get rents of $2,600 a month on it. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I probably will list it at around between $475 and $500. I will keep it under $500. There's nothing out there in that price range for a 3-bedroom anywhere, near. It's really close to the 405. Easy, it's a great little property. I remodeled it last year. So if anybody has an investor that's just looking to pick up another piece of property that'll cash flow with 25% down, this is something. I'm going to be moving those assets to a different market. So
how much HOA?
The HOA is 400, and it's the property address is 4727 147th Street. I'll put it in the chat. But again, it's my personal property that I've had as just a rental property for the last 10, 15 years. I don't even know how long I've had it. So okay, so again, I'll put the address in the chat: 4727 147th, and it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. 3-bedroom,
Okay.
2-bath.
Awesome. Thank you, Maureen. Awesome. Yes.
I just need to ask for a favor real quick.
Yes.
I have a client in the area, Whittier, Pico Rivera, the Azusa area. If any of you guys know any agents out in that area that is coming up with listings and you can do an introduction, it would be great. These guys are approved for 525 with Chris Rivera. It is an FHA loan. They're willing to pay $7,500 over appraised value. I have written literally 22 offers on this couple, and they haven't given up yet. And it's getting tiresome. So if anybody can connect me out there or refer me someone, I would be greatly appreciated. I need to get them a home.
I can help you with that, Aaron. So I'll circle back with you later this afternoon. Awesome. We are done. It's 1 o'clock. Yay, we made it. So thank you again. Appreciate your participation, and take full advantage of all the classes, training that we have. So thanks again. Have a phenomenal